What's up, people? Welcome or welcome back to Invest with T-Claus. My name is Tevi, and this channel is dedicated to my investment journey, along with coverage on crypto, Tesla, Neo, Virgin Galactic, and ChargePoint. Come for the information, stay for the random clips. So where to begin? Well, from a macro view, this week headlines have been primarily about inflation as well as what the appropriate monetary policy response by the central bank should be. It would be easy to get sidetracked in that discussion, but the bottom line is this. The vast majority of what's driving the high year-over-year inflation prices is tied directly to the supply chain imbalances. And that's the result of high demand and low supply. Fed Chairman Jay Powell reiterated those exact facts in front of Congress and the Senate during the Wednesday and Thursday hearings. To put a bit more context around this, a third of the increase for the June CPI is attributed to the worldwide chip shortage affecting the car industry. But that's about to change. TSMC, one of the world's largest, if not the world's largest chip supplier, announced that they expect the shortage of automotive microchips to ease significantly starting this quarter. So unless you're playing sector rotation with a 1 to 3 month time horizon, inflation really isn't something to concern yourself with beyond knowing that it will provide you with several great buying opportunities between now and the end of the year. But anyways, today I'm here to talk about Virgin Galactic and their history-making first fully crewed flight. I'll cover what this means for the company, why the stock price fell despite a flawless execution, and so whether I'm buying, holding, or selling the stock at this point, then cover what's next on the Virgin Galactic timeline, and wrap up with the portfolio performance expressed in percentage gain or loss for the week. So with that said, let's get into it. First and foremost, major congratulations to Sir Richard Branson and the Virgin Galactic team for proving that space tourism is not only viable, but can be a safe experience. I'll link the full live stream in the description below if you want to go and watch it. But my takeaway is this. If you're a high net worth individual who is interested in space and want a once in a lifetime experience, Virgin Galactic made a compelling case that I would say is very hard to pass up. And having your founder on board of the very first crewed commercial flight is the biggest vote of confidence that you can put into the technology and showcase to the world. It takes about 45 minutes from the time that you take off from the runway at Spaceport America to when the spaceship gets dropped from the carrier plane and you're literally rocketed into space at Mach 3. That's 3 times the speed of sound. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Then shortly after that, you're in space, floating around for a few minutes, taking in the view, before coming back and landing on the same runway that you took off from. I want to experience that. I mean, that sounds like a lot of fun. I can't afford it right now, at least not yet, but that's something that I would love to experience. And you can't tell me that the footage that you're seeing right now play on the screen doesn't look fun. I mean, that's definitely a motivator, at least for me it is. What this most recent success means for the company is that they've not only secured the 700 customers on their waiting list, but you now have more than likely future aspiring customers and scientists alike thinking about the service that Virgin Galactic offers. Now, that all sounds great, but you're likely thinking to yourself, it doesn't change the fact that the stock price fell significantly. And you're right. So let's talk about the why behind it, and there are a few reasons. Reason number one is that Virgin Galactic is a momentum stock. And for momentum stocks, buy the rumor, sell the news always plays a factor. If we look at the 1 month view, the stock initially ran up on the rumor that Branson may be trying to beat Bezos to space, but then sold off some before running up again, leading up to the successful flight. So reason number two has to do with analyst ratings and trying to reel in investor sentiment to ensure that the stock valuation doesn't get too far ahead of itself. So yes, we have the FAA approval with a successful flight, but we're still at least 6 months away from regular commercial flight. And we have no official hard dates announced so far. So let's go over some of the ratings that we received post-flight this weekend. There's 4 of them. First up, we have Ron Epstein from Bank of America, who assigned a sell rating with a $41 price target. And his reasoning behind this is that we still have 2 test flights, no date, still some risk ahead, and he believes that the $41 price target reflects the successful recent flight that we had. Next up, we have Oliver Chen from Cohen & Co., who has a buy rating on the stock with a $51 price target. And in his opinion, this current price weakness is just a buy to dip type opportunity. So not too concerned with where we are. After him, we have Ken Herbert from Canaccord Genuity, who also has a buy rating, but he actually raised his price target from $35 to $48 and is definitely bullish on the stock on the back of this successful test flight. Last but not least, we have Charles Minervino from Susquehanna, and he has a hold rating on the stock, but raised his price target from $20 all the way up to $45. Now, overall, the sentiment around the stock again is positive, but the consensus is this: we shouldn't be too far ahead of the $40 to $50 price range. And that makes sense to me, as I was expecting the price would be around the $50 mark post-successful flight. Reason number 3, and likely the most impactful one, resulting in the 39.20% drop this week alone, is the announcement by Virgin Galactic that they would issue another $500 million worth of shares on Monday. And so this again was right after the successful flight. With all that in mind, the question becomes, am I holding, buying, or selling? And my approach is this. Now that we've dropped nearly 40% from the last trip over $50, I intend to start nibbling at the $30 mark. If we drop down to $25, I'll buy a bit more. And if we see $22 or below, I'll go in heavy. This isn't to be taken as financial advice. I'm simply sharing what I plan to do. I've selected those levels based on my current average cost on Virgin Galactic, as well as the further downside risks that I see based on the macro environment over the next 6 months. Your situation is likely different than mine, so make sure you do your own due diligence before you decide to buy or sell. As far as what comes next for Virgin Galactic, we have 2 more test flights, as I mentioned earlier, that will take place between now and the end of the year. We may get exact dates for one or both flights during the next earnings call scheduled for August 5th. From there, commercial readiness of the fleet will be the focus leading into 2022. CEO Michael Cole-Glazer called out the first half of 2022 for the start of commercial service in his interview with Bloomberg last Sunday. Now, to err on the safe side, my expectation really is that full operation with paying customers probably won't start until summer 2022, and I think that's reasonable. Now, if I look out further into 2024 to 2025, supersonic flight for point-to-point travel is a massive opportunity for them to tap into. They've just proven that they can safely travel and achieve Mach 3 with a full cabin, so I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be able to go full scale with this. And when you put it all together between the space tourism, scientific missions with NASA and other partners, and the supersonic opportunity for point-to-point travel, the future financials for Virgin Galactic are looking very, very promising. So again, I'm looking at Virgin Galactic as a long-term play. So these short-term price movements don't bother me. They're really just buying opportunities, and that's exactly how I'm approaching the stock. All right, so let's switch gears and get into my portfolio performance. Between the macro environment and the steep decline in Virgin Galactic, the last time I saw green was at 3 a.m. on Monday when the portfolio was up by 1.80%. From there, it was a steep decline to where we are now, dealing with a 23.22% drop for the entire week. Realistically, watching the steady incremental drop this week felt like watching these trash cans slide downhill. You kind of feel like you should grab them and maybe stop the slide, but it's almost more entertaining to see how far they actually go before they stop. But anyways, I expect the dip will be bought incrementally as always. People will figure out their next moves, near term and for the long term, and then from there the rally in the market will resume. As I said last week, general expectation is that the market will end the year at higher levels than where we currently are. But with that said, this will do it for today's video. If you enjoyed the content and found it insightful, please drop the video a like, as it greatly helps the channel. For my newcomers, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future content. The focus will shift to Tesla, NIO, and crypto in upcoming videos, as lots has been going on in that space, and we just really haven't had time to cover it, but there are a few key dates that are coming up. So that's why we'll spend a little bit more time in the upcoming weeks. Thank you for watching. Stay humble, hustle hard, and I'll see you here next Sunday.